brothers and sisters of the light. Oklahoma here. I've seen a lot of people asking the question, what healer should I play in Dragonflight? And I'm here to convert you to the motherfucking Holy Paladin. I'll show you what I love about the class, what's kind of unique about it and fun about it, and then I'll just show you a little play so that you can see it all in action to see if it's something that would interest you. So without further ado, the Holy Paladin. Pulling up the talents real quick. I got this talent build from a rank 1 paladin that I watch named Respawn. I will link his YouTube in the description. This young man is a baller and his content is phenomenal. And he can explain these talents in this build and why you build this and how you play it better than I can. But I will show you the basics of how to be a paladin. If you're wanting to just try out the class, copy this build. If you get really into it and you figure out Holy Paladin is something you want to try more in depth and you want to really learn the nuances of the class, I'll link that guy's Reese. I'll link his video down in the description. Check it out because his content is just great. I love it. It's raw, it's real, and it's super, super helpful and informative. Check him out. He's the best. So when people talk about Holy Paladins, one of the things you'll hear them say consistently is that it's very cooldown oriented, which means to maximize your impact in the battleground, you need to understand what cooldowns to use and when to use them. That's what kind of the key to being a good Holy Paladin is. And so let me run through the cooldowns and just kind of when to toss them out. And then the best thing after that is just to practice. But I'll give you some idea of what they're talking about when they're talking about cooldowns and paladin utility. So starting right here, Avenging Wrath. This is probably the most iconic paladin ability. This is a big, basically steroid. You pop this, wings pop out, 20% more damage, healing, and crit. If you see a paladin glowing, they're pumping. Best do something yourself. Next one, Blessing of Freedom. Puts a little ring at your feet, removes all roots and snares, and prevents further applications for its duration. This PvP talent, Blessed Hands, lets you run 2 copies, so you can really give someone a real long duration of pretty much no movement impairment. It's really nice to pump on a warrior or DH, monk, anybody that's just out there wrecking shop. Keep throwing these on them, and you'll really maximize their damage, which is again a key to being a good Holy Paladin. Next one, Bop. This ability, you see that icon? Stops all physical damage, including bleeds. So this is great against warriors, monks, ferals, hunters, any class that's going to do a shit ton of physical damage. It will clear all blades. It will also get you out of blind. If your trinket's off cooldown and a rogue blinds you and you need to stop him from capping a flag, you can cast Bop on yourself. Just remember, it will give you that 30 seconds of forbearance, so you won't be able to Bop and then shield without that 30 seconds in between. Blinding Light, AoE blind ability. Good for peeling off. Sometimes you can blind and then put a freedom up and then hit your pony and you're out of there. That can get some real nice distance between you if you're getting trained. Other abilities you have, here's a big defensive, and this is probably one of the most popular abilities in the game, Divine Shield. Makes you immune to all damage. You can also cast inside of it, both offensive and defensive abilities. Priest can purge it, and warriors can shatter it. So sometimes you'll have to use your Hammer of Justice to stop people from popping your bubble. So if there's a priest nearby and you see them about to cleanse it, or if you see a warrior winding up a shattering throw, make sure you stun them to get your full duration if you need it. Lay on of Hands. This is your official oh shit button. It's a 7-minute cooldown, but it throws a huge heal out on a friendly target. Great for saving a flag carrier or an elite DPS or a buddy that you fucked up, or if you're lagged and you come back and they're about to die, or you just want to be a stud. Lay on Hands is a fun ability. You can really bring people back from the brink, keep them fighting. I'm not going to get into all the healing abilities and stuff. If you really want to get into the class, there's better guides out there than I'd give you for that. I'm just kind of a, let's see what I get to. Yeah, about like a 1600. I'm basically a random BG hero. So I just wanted to show you because I just think it's a lot of fun. And I want to show you what to do so you can go out and have fun. So Beacon of Light, this is the very unique Paladin ability where you put a Beacon of Light, and whenever you heal the person with the beacon, you'll get holy power. Also, if you heal other people, the person with the beacon also receives the healing. Now, in this build that I showed you, you get actually 2 beacons at their reduced effectiveness, but you get 2 of them. So you can have one on yourself, and then you could put one on another person, such as a flag carrier or a DPS that you were trying to keep up with, the other healer, so that you can help keep them up. It's a great ability and a lot of fun, and it really adds to that kind of being a guardian niche that I think that the Paladin is just great at. Tears Deliverance basically turns you into a massive pulsing healing bot. Also buffs up your flash of lights and holy lights by 25%, so you can really pump some healing into someone with this thing. It's a real big cooldown. Couple that with our still Shadowlands cooldowns and stuff. Pretty cool. Aura Mastery, you want to run around in concentration aura. This ability, Aura Mastery, is a great cooldown for right when hero is popped. If you can also pop Aura Mastery, because it makes everyone in your concentration aura immune to interrupts and silences. So it's a great at the start of a hero in a team fight. So what's so fucking awesome about Holy Paladins is there's just so many ways to support your team. And I'm going to go into a Battleground here, and I'm going to show you just kind of what I'm looking at when I'm dishing out abilities. It's very fucking bursty out on the Prepatch, so I just cannot recommend enough. If you think something may need a cooldown, just send it. It's better to send it and not need it than be too late, because shit is just popping. But I'll show you in this a few examples in different Battlegrounds of just some different ways that you can kind of maximize your Paladin, and just really could not recommend the class enough. All right, flag map. So what I like to run on flag maps is I like to swap to this Ultimate Sacrifice, which turns my Blessing of Sacrifice into 100%. Transfers all the damage to me for 6 seconds. I often pair it with my Divine Shield, so all the damage just pretty much gets muted. And gives your tank a nice 6-second immunity. Sometimes that 6 seconds can buy you a win or an extra cap. Sometimes it doesn't do shit. Now, some considerations. First off, we want to get our beacons out. So the first one I'm going to put on me. The second one I'm going to put on this priest. However, I'm very likely going to slap that on the tank or a DPS. Typically in randoms, there's a fight in middle, and then I peel off to the flag. It's typically how I do it. I don't run with the flag all the way. In a random, the tank should be able to get it back to mid solo, I feel like. Sometimes if they have a determined defender, you'll have to go help them out. But for the most part, they should be able to get it out of there. Oh, see that? That was a lay on hands. I used that. That guy was going down, and now he's good. Now he's rooted, right? So now I can put a freedom on him. Now he's going nuts. Okay, and I can cleanse all that off of him. We're at full holy power here. Do a big heal. Help this other... I got you. Rook. Stun their healer, right? Healing my guy. This guy's moving quick now. See, and I just keep my DKs just moving. I'm gonna go ahead and put that bop on the priest, and now I can't cleanse them. Now they're back in it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my beacon up on the priest. Got cleanse again. I just didn't want him sitting in that 6-second. Oh, I'm out of mana. Okay, so when you're out of mana, fall back to these. This is going to top you off real quick. See, and I'm just going to hang out on the outside here. Now I can come in and throw a stun down on old... Oh, that was good. But I can also silence him. If he tries to... See, this is what's kind of nice about the silence. I can say here... I trinketed that and stunned it, see? And now he's silenced. Now he's down. So that's an opportunity to take that silence. And score a kill. Help your team score a kill. Okay. Chasing a hunter, right? Watch this. Watch how much he loves you for this. Get that hunter. There it is. Hunter's down. Nice leap. Look at that. That's a great ability. I love that ability on warriors. Okay. Yeah, I see you, DH. I see you, big DH. Look at him. This is the best part about being a healer. Just rolling around, taking care of everybody, keeping everybody in the fight. I just really check it out. I know people can be jerks, but let's be honest, they're kind of jerks anyway. So in randoms, you get a mixed bag of how the beginning of these things start. Sometimes you get some real, some engagers, and sometimes you get some real cats in here, and they just play it real safe. I always prefer a horse you got to put reins on rather than spurs, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we're trying to link up with our flag right here coming down the ramp. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw my beacon on that. Here we go. So now if I can get this one home, now watch how much this freedom helps. Go ahead and you can cleanse that binding shot off. Perfect. Stunned. That's great. Now I got another freedom, and that's why I took it. Watch. Cannot be slowed all the way in there. Now I like to lay a consecrate while we're going up the tunnel. Now remember, if a rogue opens on him or something, I have this blessing of sack, which transfers all the damage to me. There you go. Now he's got speed buff, and I throw another freedom out. Here comes this guy. Blinding light. He trinkets it. I got nothing else but... Ah, there we go. That's kind of cool. So if you're just coming back for Dragonflight and you're looking for a new adventure, I just can't recommend Holy Paladin enough. It just has some real blue-collar tools that just really help you feel like a teammate, and that you're really adding some unique benefits to the battlefield. Check it out. See what you think. Hope you love it. Oklahoma out.